Hi there. Welcome to another episode of the Family Fork Live. So, today we are going to talk a little bit about how you can reduce some of your snacking throughout the day. So, if you are new to me, my name is Ashley Malik. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I use anti inflammatory nutrition to help women lose weight once and for all. Wouldn't that be great? So today, let's dig in a little bit to snacking. So raise your hand if you're one of those people that you eat your breakfast in the morning and then like 10, 15 rolls around and you're kind of hungry. So you grab a little something, maybe it's, a bagel or some crackers or something like that. You have lunch. And then at 3 o'clock or 2:45, you start getting really tired and you also start getting really hungry. And especially if you're tired, you might be inclined to grab some nuts or some trail mix or a piece of chocolate or a coffee to try and keep yourself awake through the afternoon and fed and feeling full and energized. The problem is that if you are eating these kinds of things throughout the day, you are probably not feeling very energized. And so I can relate to this completely because there was a time a few years ago where I was eating probably 7 times a day because I was just constantly hungry. And what I came to learn eventually is that I really wasn't fueling up with the right things at the right time of day in order to keep myself really full and to keep myself from snacking constantly. Now, I do believe that it is very important that you're eating in regular intervals because I think that helps to keep your blood sugar stable and you don't have the cravings and you also don't have big energy crashes. But one of the things that I discovered, and I'm going to challenge you to try this for a week, but the way that I was able to stop snacking and to actually feel fueled up all morning and all afternoon, even at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like as I'm recording this right now, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I have tons of energy and I feel great. So the solution is looking at your breakfast. So many of us start our day with sweets or carbohydrates. So maybe we're having a banana in some cereal. Even if it's gluten-free cereal, it's still heavy on the carbohydrates. Maybe you're having a gluten-free bagel and some bananas or some fruit with that. And what's happening is you're creating a really high spike in your blood sugar early in the morning so that by 10, it starts to dip down. And that's when you start getting hungry. And when you get hungry, your body signals to your brain, hey, brain, I'm starving, even though you're not starving, but that's the signal that it sends in your body. And so automatically you think, oh, I'm hungry. I better get something more to eat. So the challenge that I have for you is to really change up what it is that you eat for breakfast. I want you to take 7 days and I want you to track it. And I want you to prioritize in your breakfast protein and vegetables. Yes, vegetables. So over the years, one of my favorite things to eat for breakfast is usually last night's dinner. Because at dinner, we're more likely to have a big serving of veggies and some sort of protein like chicken or fish or steak. So I want you to really think differently about your breakfast. And what you will find is if you are fueling up with a breakfast that is very heavy on protein and vegetables and a little bit of carbohydrates, but not a ton, then you are going to have more consistent energy through the morning, which sets your entire day up for stable blood sugar, very reduced cravings, and as a result, you have less need to snack. And if weight loss is your goal, then less snacking is really going to help get you to your goal. But it's still important that we're filling up with lots of veggies, lots of protein throughout the day. So it's going to be different for everyone depending on what your weight loss goals are, what you weigh today. But for me, I usually have 2 cups of roasted vegetables in the morning. I have about a little over a cup of protein. So sometimes That's chicken or salmon if I had salmon the night before. And then I usually do about a half a cup of quinoa or a really like low starch grain. And for me, I know that I eat that at about 8:45 in the morning. By noon, I'm not hungry. And I sort of have to force myself to eat to stay on track the rest of the day. So think really differently about your breakfast for 7 days. Give it a try and report back to me and tell me that you don't have more energy and that you aren't, struggling with the cravings as much, because I think the energy will skyrocket, the cravings will go down, and all of that is going to help you feel better about your day and to help support your weight loss if that's your goal. So if you need help figuring out how much you should be eating, because I know that's a common question and I've got a lot of different tools to help you. So just reach out to me at ashley@ashleymalik.com and I would be happy to help you figure out exactly how many things you should be eating throughout the day, like how many veggies, how many fruits, how many carbohydrates, how much protein, so that you can actually hit your goals and feel really great while you're doing it. All right, so I want to hear back from you. 7 days of eating breakfast that is really heavy on protein and veggies, a little bit of carbs. I want to know how you feel. Have a great week.